So t from r to I guess r3 actually. So t from r3 to r2 suppose is given as t of xyz is equal to x plus y comma z. Now we have to check whether this given function is a linear transformation or not. So here we will identify our domain, codomain. So here v is equal to r3, w is equal to what? r2. What is our 0 of v? 0 of v is 0 comma 0 comma 0 because v is r3. And what about 0 of w? That is r2, that is 0 comma 0. So now first condition. So we will check whether this t of 0 of v is mapped to 0 of w. So our 0 of v is actually 0 comma 0 comma 0. So now if we use this function over here, see how it is defined. So t of xyz is mapped to, so over here we are having two tuples, right, as it is the element of r2. So the first coordinate is actually, it is x plus y, means it is the addition of these two coordinates over here, the first coordinate, and the second coordinate over here is same as the third coordinate over here, right? So what will be my t of 0 comma 0 comma 0? So इथे काय येईल, here there will be addition of first two coordinates, but my first two coordinates are 0, so that addition will be 0, and my second coordinate will be what? This last coordinate as it is, that is 0. So you can see that this is 0 of w. So first condition is satisfied. So we cannot say that t is a linear transformation here. We have to check that second and third condition, but instead of going for second and third condition, we are going to use that one condition only. So again, for that condition, if you observe properly, for that condition we need two elements of R actually and two elements of our vector space V, right? So let us do that then. So I'll take two elements from R and two elements from our domain, right? V means what? It is a domain. So I'll select alpha beta belonging to R, and I will call that elements as, I will call first element as u, or you can directly use these notations as well, whichever are given here, that is x, y and z. Okay, so I will call u as x, y, z, and other element I will call it as some x1, y1 and z1 belonging to our v, that is nothing but what? R3, the n element. Okay, now what we have to check? We have to check whether this t of alpha u plus beta v is equal to alpha times t of u plus beta times t of v or not. If this is happening, then we will say t is a linear transformation. So first of all, we'll go for LHS. Now what is my LHS over here? T of alpha u plus beta v, which is further equal to. Now simply put the values of u and v from here, right? These two values of u and v. This is equal to t of this alpha as it is. My u is x, y, z, plus beta, my v is x1, y1, z1, which is further equal to t of, now put alpha inside, beta inside, it will be alpha x, and add this element. So first coordinate will be alpha x plus beta x1 comma, second coordinate will be alpha y plus beta y1 comma, last coordinate will be alpha z plus beta z1, right, which is further equal to, now see, however t is defined, there are two coordinates, right? First coordinate is the addition of this first two coordinates. So chalo, let us add them. So it will be alpha x plus beta x1 plus alpha y plus beta y1, and whatever the second coordinate is there, it will be the third coordinate from here, that is alpha z plus beta z1. Now what we will do is, you can see there are terms of alpha, two terms of alpha and two terms of beta. So we will simply combine them together. So this is equal to what? Alpha x plus alpha y plus beta x1 plus beta y1 comma alpha z plus beta z1. So I'll call it as star. So this is our LHS. Now let us go for RHS. So what was my RHS? Alpha times T of U plus beta times T of V, which is further equal to alpha T of my U is x, y, z plus beta my V is x1, y1 and z1, which is equal to alpha. Again is the definition of t. How it is defined? The first coordinate is addition of first two coordinates. So it will be x plus y, comma, second coordinate is the third coordinate from here, that is z, plus beta. Over here also addition of first two coordinates, that is x1 plus y1, and the third coordinate as it is, that is z1. Now put the alpha inside, so it will be alpha x plus alpha y comma alpha z plus, put beta inside, so beta x1 plus beta y1 comma beta z1, which is equal to, now you know how to add two elements of R2. This will be alpha x plus alpha y plus beta x1 plus beta y1 comma alpha z plus beta z1. Now observe star and double star carefully. You can say that they are same, right? So therefore LHS is equal to what? RHS. This is from star and double star, and therefore we can say that T is a linear transformation. Note one thing, there was one more way to do it, right? So instead of doing the calculations for this RHS separately, जर तुम्ही डायरेक्टली पण केलं असतं तरी चाललं असतं. Simply go on solving this ahead and you will end to what? This equation. तसं पण करू शकता, that is also possible. Okay. So now we'll go for one more example. I will write here, therefore T is a linear transformation. One more, I guess, fifth one. T is defined from M2 of R to R3 as T of, now you know how do elements of M2R look like. So ABCD is equal to A, B plus C and D. Now note one thing here, how this T is defined. Okay, so see, this is the element of R3 on this side, and this is the element of what? M2 of R. Okay, So what is the first coordinate here? The first coordinate over here is nothing but this A11 entry of the matrix. Okay. What is the second coordinate here? The second coordinate is actually nothing but what? It is the addition of this. And what is the second coordinate? This second coordinate is nothing but the addition of B and C. Okay. And the last coordinate is over here, this element D, right? So if I take one example, then you understand. So what will be my T of 1, 2, 3, 4? First coordinate is A11 entry, that is 1. Second coordinate, the addition of 2 and 3, that is what? 5. And the last coordinate will be this 4 as it is. So in this way, this T is defined. Okay, fine. So we have to check whether this is a linear transformation or not. Okay, so here I will say our V is equal to M2 of R and my W is equal to R3. So let us go for the first condition. So T of, first of all I will write zeros. So my 0 of V is a 2 by 2 0 matrix and 0 of W is equal to 0 comma 0 comma 0. Now first we have to check whether 0 of V is mapped to 0 of W or not. So what will be my T of 0 of V? T of 0 0 0 0, which is further equal to, so the logic I explained before, this A11 entry as it is 0, addition of these two elements, that is 0 plus 0 will be 0, and at last this 0 as it is. So you can see that this is 0 of W. So but here we cannot say that it is a linear transformation because we still need to check that condition. So in order to check that condition, we need two elements of what? The domain, that is M2 of R, and two elements from set of real numbers. So I'll select alpha beta belonging to R and that two elements I will denote it by A and B. Now see, whatever notation you are going to use for this A and B, now you can use U also over here, but remember we usually denote the matrices by capital letters, so I am going for capital A. I will call it as A, B, C, D. Note it is as it is from here, right? That is how this element is looking. If you want, I will highlight it. Okay, so which is now B, or second element I'll take it to be B, A1, B1, C1 and D1 belonging to what? V, that is nothing but M2 of R, B, any elements. Okay, now we'll go for our LHS. Not LHS, what we have to check? We have to check that, just a minute. So what we have to check? This T of alpha A. Now remember, I am not taking U over here, I am taking A and B. So alpha A plus beta B, now don't get confused between beta and B, is equal to alpha times T of A plus this beta times T of B. So let us do the calculations for LHS first. T of alpha A plus beta B, simply put the values. So T of alpha, my A is A, B, C, D plus this beta as it is, my matrix B is A1, B1, C1 and D1, which is further equal to T of, now simply putting this alpha inside, beta inside and adding these two matrices, we will get alpha A plus what? Beta A1 alpha B plus beta b1 alpha c plus beta c1 and what alpha c1 not alpha c1, what would be this alpha d plus what beta d1, right? Fine, which is equal to, now just remember how the map is defined. This coordinate, that is first coordinate over here, will be this a11 entry, that is alpha a plus beta a1 comma, what about the second coordinate over here? The second coordinate will be addition of this one and this one, so I will write it as alpha c, just a minute, alpha c plus beta c1 plus alpha b plus beta b1 comma, and the last coordinate will be this a22 entry, right? That is alpha d plus beta b1. I will call it as star. Now let us do the calculations for RHS, but this I leave it for homework. So this is homework. You find RHS and tell me whether you are getting this star equation or not. So if you get this star equation again, then we can say that it is a linear transformation, otherwise it is not a linear transformation. Now we are going to see one important proposition. Proof of this we have already seen in the first year class. So let V and W be vector spaces and T from V to W be a linear transformation, then following are true. Now what do you mean by linear transformation? Simply I will mention here. Basically T of U plus V is equal to what? T of U plus T of V for all uv from our domain, that is V, and T of alpha u is equal to alpha times T of u for all alpha belonging to R. This alpha is a real number and u belonging to what? Vector space V. That is our domain of a linear transformation. Now what is this? First result is saying that 0 of our domain is always mapped to what? 0 of codomain. Now note, since this V and W are vector spaces, so naturally they are going to contain 0 elements. So for the 0 of our vector space V, I have used this notation, that is 0 of V, and for the 0 of W, I have used this notation. Now if you draw a Venn diagram, what is the meaning of this? See, this is our vector space V, this is our vector space W, this is our linear transformation. So suppose somewhere here we are having 0, and suppose this is our 0 of codomain. So what happens is, when T is a linear transformation, this 0 is always mapped to what? 0. Remember, this is 0 of V. So what will be image of this? Image of that will be T of 0V, right? And this T of 0V is exactly equal to a W, isn't it? Because image of this 0V is always nothing but what? 0 of W. So this is important. Under a linear transformation, 0 of V always maps to what? 0 of W. Next point, next result is simpler. What is the next result saying? T of minus V is equal to minus times T of V. In other words, you can take that minus sign out. So this is simpler. If I put my value of alpha as minus 1 here, you can easily see that I will get this result, right? And what is the last result saying? See, the first property of linear transformation, if you observe properly, you are having plus sign, right? But this last result is saying that this is also true for minus sign. Means T of u minus v will be equal to what? T of u minus T of v also, if your T is a linear transformation. Thank you.